Hello and welcome to another video here on Jay's Side Hustles. Today we're going to be going over the best beginner pressure washing equipment you can buy. I've put together a list that I started off with and that anybody could start off with. It's relatively low startup costs. It's close to $1,700 for all these things. I've got it separated between must-haves and nice things to have. You can get by with the must-haves, and even some of the must-haves you don't have to buy. So let's get into it. As you can see, the very first thing on the list is a pressure washer. I mean, you can't really do pressure washing without one. You could go an alternate route and rent one. I think it's like $90 a day from Home Depot. But I wouldn't suggest renting if you can help it. And if you have the money saved up, just go ahead and spend about $1,000-$1,200 to get you a 4-gallon per minute pressure washer. The one I recommend is the one at Home Depot for $1,080 in the box, right out of the box, ready to go. $1,080, you get 4 gallons a minute. 4,200 PSI. PSI doesn't really matter a whole lot. It's all based upon this number, the GPM, and the lowest you'll want to go with is the 4-gallon a minute pressure washers if you're just starting and want to do it as a side hustle or a business. The next thing on the list is a surface cleaner. Now, some may say you don't need a surface cleaner. They can do driveways. They've been doing it for years, breaking their back, pointing the pressure washer gun at the ground. But me personally, I don't want to be humpback when I'm older. I'm still in my 20s, and I would much rather have something that's been invented to take the load off of your back, okay? And the one that seems to be everybody's favorite, there's pretty much no bad reviews on it, is the BE 20-inch surface cleaner. It's $359 on Amazon. I got mine delivered from Amazon, no issues. It was good to go, and they have free returns if something is messed up in it. This is just going to save you a ton of time and a ton of sweat and later in life back-breaking problems. Next thing on the list will be a ball valve. Now, why do you need a ball valve? What is a ball valve? Now, I have worked at paint factories before, and if we didn't have ball valves, that place would be bankrupt, okay? You have to shut off the flow with something, and the best thing to use is a ball valve. That's what it's for, okay? And here's the one that I got. It's just a simple little ball valve kit for a pressure washer, quick connect ends, $34. It's worth it. That way, when let's say you're switching from your gun to your surface cleaner, you don't have to go shut off the machine, walk back over, disconnect, connect with water flying everywhere, coming out of that's left over in the line, connect up to the surface cleaner, and then walk all the way back, start up the pressure washer, and then go back. It's a ton of walking that's not needed. Instead, you get to where you need to be, you turn off your flow, leave the machine running, disconnect from your gun, connect to your surface cleaner, turn it back on, and look at that, you're good to go. The next thing on the list is 100 feet of heavy-duty hose, and this is garden hose, not pressure washing hose. This is a must-have, and the one that I went with when I first started was a Flexzilla 100-foot heavy-duty 5/8-inch hose. This is heavy duty. There's a lot of good reviews on it. 50,000 4.5-star reviews. So I think it's pretty tried and true and tested by the masses. So you should be able to get away with this starting out. It's $65, but it'll be worth it. And I'll have all these links in the description, by the way, if you want any of this stuff. Now, the next thing on the list is the Downstream Injector. The Downstream Injector is what puts the chemical through your hose, through your wand or surface. Well, you never really want to do it through a surface cleaner, but I have seen people do that and it messes it up. But anyway, through your wand and applies the chemical. Here it is. It's like a siphoning tube. You'll put this after your pump. Sorry about that. You'll put this after your pump, and then you'll connect this clear hose right here. This end, it'll go right on top of that little nipple there. All right. And you'll use this nozzle. It's just a low pressure, low PSI. There's your filter you stick into your mixture. It's $20. It's always good to have one or two extra of these on hand. They do wear out a lot. A lot of people don't run clean water through them after they're done applying chemical. That'll just save the life of it. Take it out of the bucket you're using if you're using a 5-gallon bucket to use your chemical mixture if you don't have a tank. Have a bucket of clean water right next to it, and once you're done, man, stick that in there, run that through your system. Have it clean all that out. Don't leave those chemicals in your downstream injector and let it ruin this contraption here. So you're going to have to be spending $20 all the time. Now it's not going to last forever. They do eventually mess up, and you do want to have a couple of these on hand. But just to keep in mind, to prolong the life as much as possible, just go ahead and clean out the system. The next thing on the list, and this is a little gem. It's cheap. It's $15 on Amazon. This 2-story nozzle kit right here, this will save you a ton of time. If you don't like getting up on roofs, guess what? You don't really have to, unless it's a huge roof. But a 2-story home, if you don't want to be up on a ladder for that, or if you maybe don't think you can reach it with a 4-gallon a minute, guess what? You can with these 2 nozzles right here. The pink nozzle is used for applying chemical, and the blue nozzle is used for rinsing. It's $15. These little things right here are well worth their price of $15. I would probably pay $50 to $60 for these. Definitely worth the investment, and I consider them a must-have because, especially when you're starting out with a 4-gallon a minute, you definitely want to be able to reach the peaks of a 2-story home if they have a peak, and maybe even a roof. You can probably reach a roof. You may have to get up on a ladder. I don't think so, though. But in terms of just the sides of the home, in terms of peaks, where it comes up like this, you want to be sure you can reach that, and to do so, you'll need this nozzle kit. The next 3 things are just good to have things. Your pressure washer should come with a 50-foot hose. Now, you can get by with this, but you're going to be dragging that thing everywhere. I suggest upgrading to a 100-foot hose at least, and then a lot of people use 150, but at least get 100 feet of hose to upgrade to from that 50. That way you don't have to keep dragging your pressure washer around with you. It's $140 on Amazon. Here it is. This is the one I started out with and bought. Quick connect, 4,200 PSI, 3/8 hose. I mean, it's got good reviews so far, $140. It's pretty good for the price, so that's the one that I went with. And the next thing is, really it should be the XJet next, but we'll just go ahead and talk about the spray gun and why I think you should upgrade your spray gun from the stock one. I went with a 12-gallon a minute spray gun. That way there's absolutely no resistance behind it. And I put an XJet on the end of that instead of using a big long wand. I don't really like using the wand. It's $43 on Amazon. The Yamamatic, 418 reviews, 4.5-star rating. $43. I have it setting right over there, actually. I recommend you get a non-stock spray gun that doesn't come with the pressure washer, in my opinion. That way you have no resistance, 12-gallon a minute up to, and it's just going to be a world of difference for you. The last thing on my list that I think that everybody should consider investing in, it is on the higher end. It's towards $200 for this little attachment, but man, and a lot of people can, I'm sure, contest this, that it will save you a ton of time. It's well worth it. It's paid for itself in gold, the XJet nozzle. And it looks like this, where you can turn that knob there. Actually, let me grab it real quick. Now that I'm back here, I want to show you my gun here. The green screen is going to kind of fade it out. But here's the ball valve I was talking about. This will go on the end of your hose, but I just have it on the end of the gun here to show you. Here's that gun I was talking about, the Yamamatic. And here is the XJet. Now, this nozzle right here, I don't know if you can see that. The green screen is going to cut it out. But you can turn that for more pressure or less pressure, depending on what you're wanting. And this is really good because you can bring through your chemical on the lower ends of the pressure. I think it says right here, 3,000 to 4,000 PSI, 4 to 6 gallon per minute. You can turn it up to use it to move chemical and kind of soft wash, but not really. But you can also turn it down and pull through chemical if you want to use it to apply chemical. So it's a very handy tool. You can use it for both applying chemical as well as rinsing chemical. It's very, very good and very well worth this investment here of $196, in my opinion. Now, that is the list I have. All links, I have all the links here, will be in the description below. And I appreciate you guys that's watched till the end and got to look at the gun there. I hope to see you guys in all future pressure washing videos. I am coming from the trucking industry and coming into the pressure washing industry. I've been pressure washing before with, family and stuff here and there. Not a whole big lot, but now I'm actually taking it seriously and doing it as my own business, and we're going to see what happens. I've already landed a tennis court washing job at a local college for $1,900, so it's looking very, very nice. Let's just put it that way. And with the current markets of diesel and trucks and what the costs are there, it doesn't make sense to stay in that industry. It really doesn't. Unless you really, really love it and you just like driving. Otherwise, I don't think so. See you guys in the next video. In the next video, we're going to break down starting costs. I can do it right here, but we're going to break it into a separate video. Peace out, and I appreciate you guys watching.